forgot a headband.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mattie.
And I'm April of the Pancoast and Yacka group, your local Chester County Realtors.
And today we have with us Cathy McClatchy. She is with Stage to Sell, and she's also a realtor in our office. But before we dive in with her, I want you to make sure that you like this video and you subscribe to our channel so that you continue to follow along with all the industry professionals that we've been interviewing. Cathy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I've been staging homes for almost 16 years. And in that 16 years, I've been loving every minute of it. I get to see a variety of homes and just love it. And then I've also became a realtor 13 years ago. So I do both aspects of it. So I stage and I sell, and it's just awesome. And I have two boys. Hmm?
I said that's the best combo there is.
It really is. It's fun. And they don't intermix because I stage for all different agents from throughout Chester County. So it's fun. No poaching.
So what got you started in staging, Cathy?
Basically, I quit my corporate job from a Fortune 100 company and out of the blue. And I didn't know what to do. So I really good at organizing and decorating. And I just started basically as home organizing, and then it turned into staging, and it just rolled into that. And ever since, I've been doing that. And now I have one person that works for me and another person that works part-time too.
So your first staging job, was that like you had a friend that was a realtor and she just gave you a call, or how did you get it?
Actually, my father-in-law was a realtor of 65 years. And there was the Gomez team was a top agency in the area, and she had a house that hadn't sold in 3 weeks, and she called me to see if I could stage it. And I was by myself, and it was a 4-bedroom, and it was a hot mess. And I did it. I think I did it in like 3 hours all by myself, and it sold that weekend. So she was the biggest testament I could ever get. Just hadn't sold, hadn't done anything, didn't, and then I staged it and it sold that weekend. So that got the ball rolling, and I loved it ever since. So
That's awesome. So can you tell some of the people watching like why staging a listing is so important?
oh my God, it's so important. Everybody loves their house. Everybody thinks their house is perfect, and it is for living. But when you're staging a house, when you have to sell a house, you have to stage it. You have to make the house look as big and spacious as possible, open, declutter. Everybody thinks their house is decluttered, but in reality, it's not. It should be 1 or 3 items on a surface, and that's it. Knickknacks have to go, personal items, and it's just hard. I have people. You just have to depersonalize. And when someone comes in, and we come in, we're kind of like a bull in a china shop. We just come in and we just start moving. We just say hi, we're here, and we go. But the difference is amazing. As you know, we're moving furniture, we're moving sofas, we're moving things from the first floor to the second floor. And it just makes such a huge impact visually. And our goal is for the eye to pull to the far side of the room. So when they walk in a room, their eye goes to the furthest point, and then visually, then their eyes walk around the room. So they see the whole entire room, and they're not just looking at that big centerpiece in the middle of the coffee table, because that's where the eye stops. So it's all about visual and like mental deception, I guess, with photography too.
So when you come into our listings, you always speak to the homeowners, and what's your little saying? You're like, more light.
More light, more money, more wood, more money. So the more wood we can show, whether the floors or the furniture, we do, and the more light. So we do take a lot of curtains down. We open blinds. It's just more light. It's warm. Wood's natural. And we just try to show off as much as we can. A lot of people want the wood floors. So we will roll up rugs. A lot of people have the wrong size rugs under the dining table. So we'll roll up the rug and, we just, again, more wood, more money, or yeah, it's just an easy saying.
And April's a pro at coming in and taking down all the blinds.
Oh,
for
she's so
you.
good. She's much taller than I am, so that comes
Yeah,
in handy.
Cathy and her team are on the shorter side, so I'm the height and I come in and pull all the curtains right off the
We're the
bat.
short and stubby people, and then there's
Oh,
April.
Is there anything that you wish sellers would do to prepare before you come into the house?
Actually, not really, because they do the wrong things. So they, like definitely no cleaning, because we move so much stuff, we unveil so much dust and so much
Yes.
stuff when we're moving sofas and everything. So there's no point in cleaning before we come. I mean, they can take down personal photos and everything, but that might save us 5 minutes. So it doesn't really help. There's really not much. I mean, no, not really. I mean, I just depersonalizing maybe, the kids' rooms maybe pick up a little bit, but again, we just write, well, we have detailed, as you know, we write lists of what they have to do before photos and what they have to do, for showings. But as you know, we leave the house pretty much photo ready when we're done. So, it's pretty much, they don't have to do anything except clean up after us, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. So when you come into our listings or other people's listings, you introduce yourself real quick, and then you and your teammate and April or I, whoever's there with you, will help you go through. And what we want to let other people know is that, like, Cathy and her team are not bringing in furniture. They are using what's in your home to stage your house. And you like to say that sometimes you go shopping in the basement for things, right?
Yeah, it's shopping. Yeah, we redecorate with what they have. So, we're basically using all their furniture, all their pillows. We just redecorate. Everybody has the right stuff. It's basically in the wrong place, for selling. And so when we need something, we just open the cabinets. It's kind of fun. That's what I love about it, because you're just like opening cabinets and you're like, what do they have? Oh, look at this. It's not personal. We're not going in drawers, but it's the kitchen cabinets, it's the china cabinets. And we'll go in the basement and see what's on the shelvings and stuff like that, to see if we can find like the knickknack that we need, to pop. I like to say pop a color. We need a pop, to pull the eye through in the far corner or something. So, but yeah, we'll do shopping. And if they don't have the right stuff, it's okay, because then they don't have the right stuff throughout the house. So, we're not trying to transform the house. We're trying to just make the house appeal to the buyers with what they have. So,
And, sometimes it's uncomfortable for people when you come in because they've lived there for so long and they're used to it. But what we tell them is, you're a realtor too. So you're out bringing buyers. You see what buyers see, what's going to help the sellers to get their home sold.
yeah, that was when I first got my license. A couple agents were like, don't tell them you're a realtor. And I was like, okay. But now I think it's a benefit, because, and I think they do too, because I do see, as I bring my buyers, I know what they want. And then as the sellers, when I come to your clients, I can say, look, the buyers are looking for this. And they'll be like, why can't they, why do you have to move my furniture? Why do you have to do, a lot of older people don't like that. And I get it. They haven't moved in 30 years. And when they bought that house, all they had to do was say, oh, I like it, and buy it and write an offer. But I have to explain to them that younger people don't have an imagination. They can't imagine how a sofa will go or how their sectional will go. So sometimes we position a sofa and two chairs so they can envision the sectional, or, how we do the furniture, they can envision a larger sofa or this, again, it's all visual and it's all deception, like with the eye. So I explained to them that's why we're doing it. And we've had tiers, we've had, the curtains her mother made 22 years ago. And I say, okay, wait, how long ago? 22 years. Exactly. They're dated. So, then that kind of rings a bell to them. And that's why we're taking them down. And, and so it's, yeah, but it can be challenging at times.
Before April hits you with the last question, I do have to say, like, all of our sellers, after you come in and you rearrange their home, they always say to you, oh my God, can I hire you to come rearrange my new house? They love what you do with their home.
It's fun, and it is fun because people don't have, I mean, I have Sharon who works for me come to my house and do it. And it's because you get stuck in your rut and you're like, oh, I like that. And then I get mad at her. I'm like, I don't like that there. And then 2 days later, I'm like, I kind of like it. So yeah, it's fun. People, and we've had people hire us after they move to come arrange their furniture. Some people say they're going to do it and they don't, which is totally, I get it. But yeah, people have hired us and they love it because they don't have the visual for the spatial, where how to put things and everything like that. Because we don't have special training. We just have the eye. And I guess it's a gift. I don't know. It's a gift not everybody has.
It definitely is. And it is a double-edged sword having you come into our listings, Cathy, because they sell faster, but then our sellers don't want to leave because they're like, we never pictured all of our furniture arranged like this. Like, this looks so nice and fresh. Now I don't want to leave. So definitely a double-edged sword there.
It's true. Almost everybody of your clients have said that. And it's true because they don't see it. They've never envisioned their living room like that, or their family, or even their bedrooms. We rearrange every room, as you know, and we do it quickly. We're done in what, 3 hours at the most, usually. So we do a whole house quickly. So people don't think we're there all day. We're in and out, which is pretty nice. We're fast. We're strong and fast.
And then because it's so different and you've done even the little tiny things to get it ready for photos, sometimes photos aren't for a few days. You then leave sellers a list so they're not overwhelmed. Can you explain the list a little bit?
Yeah, it's a list that it's very basic, by room. And then for photos, there's a check mark for photos. We want them to remove a certain thing. Like it might be simple as for the kitchen, remove the toaster for photos. We ask them to unplug a lot of things. We don't like to see cords for photos. And then for showings, it might be, the toaster can stay there for showings, but not for photos. Roll up a rug by the front door for photos, because again, we want to see the wood. That's what the photos are, what bringing the buyers in. And then when they're in the house, we can have more realistic things in the house. But again, a lot of the counters are cleaned off. So it's very detailed, like toilet seats down, only hand soap on the sinks, and just little details. But we leave the house as we want it. And then there are some specific things per room that we ask them to do for the photos and for the showings as a reminder, just in case they forget.
Which it's easy to, because this all tends to happen very quickly and be a little bit overwhelming. So the list is great. But before we wrap up, Cathy, I know you've been in so many houses and worked with so many people. You have to have some sort of crazy story about staging that you can share with us.
There's a few. There are a few. We've unveiled a few things when we've moved furniture, and we've unveiled a few things in some bedrooms. So we're like, oh, that's a surprise. But
you're like, I'm gonna put that back.
We're like, oh, that way, okay. But then and a lot of tears. Like it's endearing when you're with the older people and they don't want to leave, and we're upsetting their the roots of their family, and I get it. But but overall it's been great and it's been fun, and it's just, sometimes tears of happiness, but mainly tears of sadness because we're moving things. But as I say, you're going to be moving anyways in 3 weeks. So it's a pre-packing. You're getting ready for the big day. So this is one step closer. That's what I like to say.
That is so true.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing all your insight with us. A lot of people don't really know what to expect, so this was great. And everyone, make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our next interview with our industry professional, Cathy with Stage to Sell. Thank you so much for sharing information with us today.
Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome clients too. Thank you.
Thanks, Cathy.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See everyone. Where's the stop button? Oh, there